Greetings everyone, I am Dimitri and welcome to today's episode of Fryderykraft. Today I have some big plans for building that we'll be doing today. Not that. If we remember our last episode, if you watched it, you know that we built this building and this building, as well as some building over in our industrial area, mostly in the nether. But most importantly, we cleared out the hills that used to stand back here, and we got lots of resources out of it, but more importantly, we have the space to expand our city, which is one of the things we'll be doing today. So with the expansion of the city, I plan for this street to continue on down here and go this way, and which means we will have to fill out this part of the block, and I thought instead of creating a new building, I would just expand this building, as this is a pretty important building. It is supposed to be the post office, but clearly no mail is being sent through here today. But with an expansion, we will have more area to work with for the post office if we ever actually do stuff here, and will be the start of our infill to expand our city outwards. And we have our completed expansion of our post office, looking quite similar to what we originally had, of course with some slight alterations, such as the entrance being here. These windows are more large and grand, as this is the entrance to the building, while these windows are smaller, but you could still look in and watch all the post office workers drinking coffee and mucking about. But little details I did here with the rustication with these stairs is that I put little keystones on top of the arches, which I did just by taking stairs and placing them like this. Of course, with stairs next to it, they connected, giving you that shape, so you have to have stairs on that same layer unless you're using World Editor having a debug stick, which is only available on Java. But anyway, up there, these windows were just like these ones, a bit large, so it would look a bit weird to have a very tall arched window that's only 2 blocks wide, so I split it up between 2 different windows, and I think it turned out nice. Up there is pretty much the same. Now, it is time for us to move on to the main part of the episode, where at the beginning I said that we will be doing something big. Well, we are. You see, today, Ericton will be receiving its first skyscraper. Very exciting. But before we can build that, we must build a little street that goes that way, because you don't want to exit the building and immediately fall down to there, because that wouldn't be very fun. So first I will build a street. As you can see, we have one right here, so it makes plenty of sense just extend it off this way, so that you can go all the way from that side all the way into the gardens. And I've also built this side, so I probably planned for there to be a street here before, so I'll get to building the street and then we can continue on with the skyscraper. And we finished our street paving, allowing us to start construction on our skyscraper. So, some information on our skyscraper is that it will be a white Second Empire style skyscraper with a mansard roof on the top, and it will be about 70 blocks tall, taking the crown of the tallest building in Ericton and on the server. Our current tallest building in the city is this building right here, standing at around 45 blocks tall, and the tallest building on the entire server is Zickenven Tower in the city of Zickenven, which is northeast of where we are currently. So, our skyscraper will be made out of bone blocks, as well as quartz, being a white building like these ones over here. And we'll have a nice bottom floor which might house a restaurant or something, and the upper floors might serve as hotel or possibly office space, but it will be the first skyscraper, meaning that hopefully we might be able to trigger a construction boom throughout the city, allowing for more tall buildings and more complete city, maybe even some other builders on our server starting some projects too. So, with that, I will begin construction and join back when it is completed. Building has been built. As you can see, it only took about 2 days to build the whole thing. 3 if we include installing the window frames right there. Shout out to L the Star, who also installed the trash cans, are helping me with the window frames. That would have taken a very long time. It has been a bit of a while since I last recorded, so some of the copper has oxidized a bit. Because of the way copper oxidizes in small clumps rather than in large pieces, the bottom bits have oxidized a bit faster. Also, I've put up the days played so that we can have better... I don't know any good reason for why we did that. We just have it there so you could see how many days I've gone through. But if we take a nice step back, we can see our lovely new skyscraper that we've built, looking nice. And you can see it from about every corner of the city. Even from deep into the old town, you can see it towering over across the bay. If we are to fly up to the top of the tower and look down, you can see the entire city. I need to finish that. But you can see all throughout all the nice rooftops, see what we've built throughout the past 2.5 years. Getting a better look over here, we could see that it has about 12 stories and goes about 70 blocks tall. Very nice. But it is now time to move on to the next thing. So, if we remember the last episode, if you watched it, you know that after we were done building those 2 buildings in Ericton, we went over here to our industrial district and built a little area on the side of the nether for us to hang around in. But unlike most of the time, where after I start a project and forget about it in the next episode, we are actually following up and building a couple farms. So what we'll be doing is we'll be building a piglin farm on the other side of here and underneath, where we will be able to get lots of useful resources such as blackstone, quartz, and gravel, and maybe we will even build a basalt farm on the other side of here. After a little bit of digging, I've dug out an area where we will be building our farm. As you can see, it is quite large. The farm design that we'll be using is by a person named Slack Lizard on YouTube. I'll probably put a link to it in the corner or maybe in the description if I remember. So now with this area dug out, we can finally start with the building of the farm. Here we have our completed piglin farm, or at least the storage area of it. So how it works is that down here we have our storage where we have every single item that the piglins drop, and if we go up here, here's the sorting system we have for it. So there's this mechanic on Bedrock Edition where if you throw an item onto a brewing stand, it gets flung for some reason. It only works going this way. And if we go into here where our piglin is stored, we have the piglin here which throws its item, gets aligned with the chest, and gets flung to the east. And I don't know why it does that, but I can just put some gold in here to demonstrate the farm. Keep in mind there's also another bug where moving a gold block automatically makes it trade. Been in the game for years, but all the items go down this little ice path and get into the storage system that it belongs to. I will probably build this area a bit nicer off camera, as I am running a bit out of time for the video. But the last thing we will be doing is we will be making a room on the other side of this little window right here where we will have our basalt farm for us to get lots of basalt to build pipes, I guess, or whatever other things I might need basalt for. That will be a good use of the farm, so I will get to building that. And we are back with our basalt farm finally put in. If we go into here, We have our little room here where we have our basalt, where you just stand up here and start mining. You can see very fast, and all the basalt ends up into here. We also installed a beacon in this side room over here with haste. Beacon beams can go through bedrock, so that's useful. I don't know if, probably just the same on Java, but I'm not so sure about that. But yeah, this is our nice, lovely basalt farm, and now we can use this to make streets or some other grimy stuff. And now we are back in Ericton with one last final view of our skyscraper before we end this episode. Looks very nice, and hopefully we'll build some more in the future. So this is the end of the episode here. We did lots of great work. Thank you for watching if you have made it this far, and I hope to see you in the next one. Farewell, my friends.